They call him the fastest man alive. He is not. That honor belongs to Zoom. If Zoom finds out who you care for, he'll take them from you.
It's pretty messed up.
Yeah, this is ground zero for pretty messed up.
It's a reverse flash. He's back.
It's so much more fun to be bad.
Up is down, black is white. Do not get distracted by anything you see along the way.
What are we gonna see?
Everything.
This war between us ends now.
Good luck fixing the universe.
Thanks.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So I saw a bunch of you guys screaming on Twitter this morning about new Flash footage. They dropped an extended version of the trailer I've already done a video for, so I'm just going to focus on the new stuff. There were a couple really cool things that we haven't seen before. The best stuff is what looks like the TV version of the Cosmic Treadmill, the true Cosmic Treadmill. We've seen the treadmill at Star Labs in present day, but this looks like it's happening inside Eobard Thawne's lab. Or it might be happening in present day in someone else's lab that the Reverse Flash has hijacked. Either way, it's Eobard Thawne traveling through time. So it looks like in episode 11, that's the Reverse Flash episode, the Reverse Flash returns. We're going to see more things from his perspective. Now, I know the timeline's a little bit wonky, but in the trailer, Cisco's like, good luck fixing the universe, so I'm going to wait to do more timeline explainers till after the episode, because like the show will have its own internal logic, its own way of explaining time travel, so it's not really good to try and explain it using another show's rules for time travel. We see more Wally West action. There have been some pictures of him inside that car, so it might be from that same episode, from episode 10. If you guys didn't know, the big villain of that episode, in addition to Zoom, I don't know how much Zoom is going to be in the episode, but the new character is actually Chief Tyrrell from Battlestar. And it turns out he is playing a super deep-cut Jay Garrick enemy from the Flash comics, from the Golden Age Flash comics, called the Turtle. He can slow the flow of time, as in moving as slow as a turtle does, but the Golden Age version of the character was way funnier. His explainer is that he would use slow, deliberate planning to trick Jay Garrick. I can't remember if he came back into the comics during Jeff Johns' Wally West run, or if it was during Mark Waid's run, but he got into a lab accident that allowed him to drain speed from people around him. So that might be the explanation that the TV show goes with. But the other really big thing is Barry is inside Zoom's prison. So you know, like when he has Jesse Quick locked up and he's like, your father's abandoned you, give up all hope. Barry is inside that same prison, and it looks like this abandoned building, so I'm wondering if it's going to be this twisted version of an Earth 1 structure, like some place Barry is familiar with on Earth 1. We have spent a lot of time talking about differences between Earth 1 and Earth 2, like, maybe there is no Reverse Flash on Earth 2 because of all the changes that Zoom is making. It's becoming this Flashpoint type Earth, where everything is this twisted version of the Earth that we know. Heroes that are normally good are doing really bad things. What about Killer Frost and Deathstorm? They're actually supposed to show up in episode 13. They'll be kind of like the metahuman Bonnie and Clyde, but it seems like you're not able to be a metahuman on Earth 2 without running into Zoom at some point. If Zoom's the most powerful metahuman on Earth 2, I'm assuming that Superman does not exist on Earth 2, or Supergirl for that matter. I think part of the reason people really want it to be Barry's dad, John Wesley Shipp, because it'd be a really awesome callback to the original Flash series. Like, the original Flash gets to be the big villain of one of the seasons of The Flash. That'd be awesome. But also because of Star Wars, you have the Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader thing. That's kind of been done, so I'm not expecting that. But then there's also the Green Arrow of Earth 2. If you remember back to that flashback Harrison Wells had, he was hearing about Zoom capturing his daughter from her school on the news when they were also doing a broadcast about Robert Queen, Oliver's dad, being unmasked as the vigilante of Star City. So like on Earth 2, Oliver Queen presumably died when the Queen's Gambit went down. Robert Queen survived, lived on the island for 5 years, then came back and became the Green Arrow. But really, if you want to spin Oliver theories out, you could just say that he might be like the Sarah in that situation, where she shows up later and they're like, oh my god, you didn't die, you didn't go down with the ship. But I don't expect them to do evil Oliver anytime soon. They kind of did that in Arrow Season 3 when he was supposedly part of the League of Assassins. But let me know in the comments right now, who do you think that Zoom is? And has that changed over the last couple of episodes? I feel like people are coming back from Jay Garrick. A lot of people were like, oh yeah, I bet it's Jay Garrick because he's never around when Zoom's around. But the problem with that is that when Jay Garrick took the Velocity 6 formula, his eyes, like the lightning in his eyes, glowed yellow, and it would have glowed blue if he had been Zoom. That's another thing too from this trailer. Look at this device. Doesn't that look like the exact same color as Zoom's lightning? Now, I think it's a little more complicated than that, but I'm wondering what happened to Zoom to make his lightning blue. Because usually in the comics, the color of the lightning is associated with how you got the speed force, like, how your accident went down. Now, the TV dummy explanation is that they make the lightning different colors so that you can tell who is fighting who on screen. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but that's kind of how TV works. George Lucas was asked one time why Darth Vader's lightsaber was red in the original Star Wars trilogy, and he was like, well, good guys blue, bad guys red, that's just the way it works. That was his explanation back in the 70s. It's just because that's the way it is. I guess our brains are just programmed to accept things that way now. All that craziness aside, they did confirm that the back half of the season is going to zero in on the Zoom plot. It's going to get more and more intense until they have their final battle. We'll learn more about Zoom, hopefully each episode. I'm not expecting every single episode. But if we're going to be seeing scenes from the Reverse Flash's perspective, expect to get the same treatment for Zoom. More scenes with Zoom interacting with other people when the Flash isn't around. In related news, if you guys didn't know, there is a new round of the Reverse Flash Ring giveaway. All you have to do to enter that is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. Because of all the trailers that are going to drop tomorrow, there's going to be Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman. I'll announce the first winner whenever I post that Suicide Squad trailer. I think that'll be the first video to drop. So while you guys wait for all that stuff to post, you can click here for my last Flash video, and you can click here for the Game of Thrones Season 6 teaser that I just posted. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody, let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.